Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're cutting straight through the buzzwords and diving into the actual science of emotional health. If you've ever felt completely drained or kind of wondered why just getting a good night's sleep can completely flip your mood, well, you are definitely in the right place. We're going to unpack the concrete biology and the neuroscience that literally dictates how we feel every single day.
Here's our roadmap. We'll start by defining true emotional health. Look at the positivity trap. Check out the signs of imbalance, explore the biology of feeling good, and finally, go over some habits for emotional balance.
Okay, Section 1. Defining true emotional health.
We hear the phrase emotional health thrown around a lot, but what are we actually talking about? According to Salovey and Mayer, the researchers who coined the term emotional intelligence, it really refers to your ability to understand, manage, and express your emotions in a healthy, balanced way. It means being highly aware of how you feel and using that awareness to guide your actions calmly. Now, you might be wondering, and honestly, society kind of expects this. Does having good emotional health just mean forcing a smile and being happy all the time? Absolutely not. Someone with strong emotional health simply has control over their emotions. They can handle life's inevitable ups and downs without losing their mental balance or self-control.
Which brings us to Section 2, the positivity trap. This is a massive distinction. Healthy positive thinking makes room for hope, sure, but it doesn't ignore reality. Toxic positivity, on the other hand, that's when we suppress difficult emotions just to wear a falsely positive mask. And you know, what's fascinating is how toxic positivity literally weaponizes gratitude. Imagine telling someone facing workplace harassment to just be thankful you even have a job. That completely invalidates their real pain. True emotional health means using empathy to safely embrace uncomfortable things, like grief or anger.
Let's move on to Section 3. Signs of emotional imbalance.
It's really like night and day when you look at it. Emotionally strong individuals remain calm under pressure, they adapt easily to change, and they maintain healthy relationships. They recover fast from setbacks. But when that health is weak, you start seeing constant stress, major mood swings, irritability, or just feeling sad and empty. People might start avoiding social interactions entirely, or find it impossible to concentrate. Without that stability, even tiny daily tasks feel completely overwhelming. And if we ignore these signs, they can easily spiral into serious mental health issues. To put a human face to all this clinical data, take a look at Sophia's story. She's a teacher who hit a wall of severe emotional burnout from an impossibly high workload. As she puts it, this wasn't the kind of tired you fix by just sleeping in on Saturday. She was physically, mentally, and emotionally drained. That is what clinical emotional exhaustion actually feels like. So what throws us off balance in the first place? Well, it's usually these heavy hitters. Heavy workloads create intense academic or work pressure. Family conflicts or relationship problems can deeply affect our emotions. Then there's financial stress. Money worries are huge triggers for instability. We also can't forget past trauma, which leaves long-lasting biological effects. And of course, a poor lifestyle. Honestly, a lack of sleep, an unhealthy diet, and zero physical activity will directly sabotage your ability to cope. Okay, let's pivot to the science in Section 4, the biology of feeling good.
Let's talk about endorphins. The word itself literally means endogenous morphine, as in morphine that your body makes all by itself. These short peptides are our built-in natural painkillers. They bind to the exact same opioid receptors in your nervous system that medical morphine does, giving you pain relief and a real sense of euphoria. And the best part is we generate them naturally just by exercising vigorously, laughing, or meditating.
Here is exactly how it works under the hood. When you do something enjoyable, your body releases those endorphins. Now, normally, you have a neurotransmitter called GABA that acts like a brake pedal, constantly stopping the release of dopamine. But endorphins actually bind to those GABA neurons and basically lift the brake pedal. That allows a massive, rewarding flood of dopamine right into your brain's reward center. But it's not all about exercise and dopamine. Sleep is absolutely critical to this biological puzzle. Researchers use clinical tools like the Pittsburgh Sleep Quality Index you see here because the data proves that sleep quality is intrinsically linked to emotional intelligence. Think of it like a 24-hour cycle. While you're awake, you are naturally accumulating emotional stress. But when you hit deep NREM and REM sleep, your brain goes into overdrive with restorative protein synthesis. If you skimp on sleep, your brain's amygdala, that's the reactive emotional center, becomes hypersensitive to negative stuff. Getting enough sleep is literally your overnight therapy, restoring your prefrontal cortex so it can successfully manage those emotions the next day.
Let's bring it all together with Section 5, Habits for Emotional Balance.
Consistency here is a real game changer for your well-being. First, try to eliminate or reduce the core stressor. Limit those negative influences, like toxic relationships or endless social media scrolling, and try to focus on solutions instead of problems. Exercise 30 minutes a day to get that endorphin flood we talked about. Eat a balanced diet for sustained energy. Fiercely protect your 7 to 9 hours of sleep to physically repair your brain. And practice mindfulness to build self-empathy so you process feelings instead of burying them.
If you take away just one thing today, let it be this. Emotional health is absolutely not a luxury. It is a biological necessity for a happy, peaceful life. Taking care of your emotions literally means taking care of your physical brain, and ultimately, taking care of your future. So, I'll leave you with this question. What is one small habit, one basic biological need that you can fulfill right now to start building a lasting, balanced emotional life? Start today. Stay aware of your feelings, and remember, the power to balance your mind is literally built right into your biology. Thanks for tuning into this explainer. We'll see you next time.